against Rochester Black earlier. This is going to be Farmington for a semifinal. They won their game earlier. The winner of this goes to the finals against either Orono or Chisago, I believe is what the bracket said. Yep. The winner of this game will play the winner of Orono versus Chisago Lakes, which will be going on at the same time as us on field in the stadium, no less. Um, all right, so it looks like the refs are coming out to the center of the field and the coaches are calling them in. Pardon me. Hmm? Then you must be doing great. Okay, looks like the starting lineup will be your middies, Noah Kaufman, Jackson Summerall, Tide Sams. Your defense will be Waters, Chad Fox, Battershall. Your attack's going to be Fadley Christensen moved to forward and Balin Bardo. Christensen had been playing the previous games midi and move around, and with the big hit to Hardikoff, and he got helped off last game. Hopefully that's not serious. I'm trying to see the sidelines. Farmington gets the draw, and they're on the attack, and they're quick. Fox and Summerall working up, but Farmington picks it back up. And they are efficient and fast so far. Waters in pursuit around the top. And there's a shot wide. Zyler Cox in goal, of course. The running joke is he's running a laundry service with all the clean sheets. Farmington on the inbounds. It's on the ground, corner with Fox in pursuit. Farmington working around the outside. Trying to get it some perimeter. Being watched by Jackson Summerall. They work it down along the baseline and back around the goal. This has been all Farmington working us so far. That was Tig on the defense, forcing a pass. They do another sling shot, and it is stopped by Zyler Cox, of course. And he's going to take a moment to look open. He hits Jackson Summerall on the run, and he brings it across half, and he's still heading upfield. Gets a block in the back, and he shoots and scores. Jackson Summerall. Zyler puts it to Jackson, who puts it in the net, the far end. Ankeny Thunder won, and we're attacking to your left on the screen and defending the right side of your screen. 1-0 here in the front half of this semifinal game against Farmington here on their field. And they're fast and efficient so far. Your middies are going to switch to Trent Severson as he Hetlet on the far side. Noah Kaufman going to work on the draw, and he does a drive. He tries to scoop it, but it comes free to Farmington. Farmington fires to a person and was met by a wall of defenders, and they're working around the outside. He takes a long slingshot, and Farmington scores 1-1. The rare goal on Zeiler, and your Ankeny Thunder 1-1. It's going to be an excellent game. So your middies, Chase Adelano is going to take the draw. Hetland on the far side, Galloway on the near side. Waters, Battershell, Chad Fox, Adelano on the drive, and where's the push? Farmington move it forward. Galloway. They're looking inside for a shot, and they lined up for one, but he wasn't able to hold on to it, and it gets free. And with their speed, it looks like we're going back to one zone, and they're trying to break free. He's trying to go around Waters, and that's not happening with a long pole. They fire, and it's wide and over the end line. Farmington's going to bring it in over the end line. Flips it to the corner. That was a very nice pass, and they try going low. There's Zeiler, and it's knocked aside. Farmington recovers. They're quick, and they're working the perimeter very, very well. Zeiler fends one off a low shot. Well played. And Farmington's able to pick one up out of a crowd. Zeiler sticks one away from point blank. That was a push in the bat. Well, all right. The refs are going to let it go. Farmington's working around the top. Waters working his man. They try a flip inside. Real nice pass, and they shoot, and it's wide. They've taken a lot of shots so far. If it's really annoying, I can try and step away. No, I apologize. I should have asked earlier. I'm gonna be kind of leaning towards Ankeny though, so I do apologize. Just a little bit. They fire a low one, and it's sicked away. They fire again. Farmington is shooting us up. We've got some initiative going here. And they call it a drop on Galloway. Okay. Jackson Summerall. He cuts between two more, goes around one more, and he's still coming. And enough Farmington players get, and the ball hits the ground. Farmington's going to turn it around. I'm not trying to lose. Waters, Battershell, Fox. Zeiler with a beautiful backhand net, keeping us in this game. Missed connection, and it goes out of bounds on the far side. So your middies are going to be Jackson Summerall, Sams, Kaufman. Farmington's going to bring it in on the far side. And they're setting up on the perimeter, as they have, and they've taken a lot of shots on Zeiler. Summerall on the defense. They're working one inside, and Jet Fox gets a body. Shot, and it's wide. And over the end zone line. So, attackers Fadley, McKeever, Bardo. Ref's calling a push. So Farmington picks it up out in the alley. They work it into the top. And a shot by the perimeter gets by Zyler. I've got Farmington up as 2-1, and they've adjusted the scoreboard here on the scorer's bench to 2-1. They take enough shots, they're going to get by even Zyler, as good as he's been. Your middies, Trent Severson, Galloway. Adelano's going to take the draw. Defense, Cruzy, Joseph, Florer. Adelano pushes it forward, picks it up. He gets it for Fadley, who picks it up in the corner. He's working around to Long Coleman, working around front. He flips it out for Severson. Severson in the corner for Bardo. Back to Severson on the move, and it's just a little high. That was a real nice visualization by Bardo, and right move by Severson, just couldn't clip the top of the net. Adelano takes it on the inbounds, and he gets run into by several defenders, and they're keeping him out. Adelano takes a shot from way out, and it gets bodied away with McKeever in pursuit. And defender puts it on the ground and picks it up. They flip it to their goalie. He flips it long for an open man and nails it dot to dot. Nice pass by Farmington. But Adelano picks his pocket from behind. It's on the ground. Farmington recovers. And that's a shot wide and over the end line. And Farmington's on the move again. They want to take another shot. Trent Severson and Cruzy are there to break that up. It's still on the ground. Some players are on the ground. And they're going to say push on us, and Farmington's going to take it. Adelano, Galloway, Severson are your middies. There sounded like a hit in the meat rather than in the stick. Distinct sound. Farmington recovers, and they're working the perimeter against Waters. And he's looking for a long shot, and it's wide. Trent Severson coming off, and looks like Hetlett coming in. It's brought in from out of bounds by Farmington. It's on the ground being scrambled for. Adelano comes in with a hip check. They're calling that a push. Galloway, Adelano. Trying to find your other midi. Hetlett, Galloway, Adelano are your middies. Defense, Joseph, Florer, and Cruzy. High pop fly, scooped up by Adelano, and he's on the move with people in pursuit. And he has to turn, dodges a ref and a couple of quick Farmington players. He was looking for Bardo in the corner and couldn't connect with him, so it's over the end line. McKeever, Bardo, Fadley are your attackers. Farmington takes it in over the end line to their goalie. He sends it to an open person, and they're going to take it across midfield with speed. And Hetlett coming from behind. Jackson Summerall in. And he forces the ground ball. Farmington picks it up. Zyler picks it up and goes long into a crowd. And it's going to be whoever wants it most. And it looks like Farmington's going to run it down. And Fadley picks up a ball that was intended for their goalie and got loose. Getting well defended by Farmington. He's working his way in. Fires one, bouncer goes high. Defenders, we're going Fox, Battershill, Waters. Summerall takes it. He fires it to around the back to McKeever. We're back to Sams. Sam's trying to step in. He flips it center, and it's broken up by the Farmington defense. Jackson Summerall sees a lane, tries to get through two defenders, and he's able to go. The Farmington players are saying that Mr. Summerall used a little extracurricular elbow to get over two of them. Our respect to the refs. They're still out here running while I stand here and just jabber. That's 2-2 here in the first half. Your attackers, Christensen, McKeever, Fadley. We haven't seen Hardikoff, so I'm thinking that shot in the leg must have cost him a lot. Farmington comes away from Adelano. Zeiler comes out for the defense for stop a point-blank attack that Farmington set up very nicely and sends it long for McKeever, but it's defended away. Christensen knocks away a pass. Farmington is able to get control, and they send it over the center line with Adelano in pursuit. And then Battershell breaks up and puts it on the ground. Zeiler picks it up, and we've got a whistle. Hardikoff sorely missed with his abilities. Adelano up the side, and it gets away from McKeever. He flips it. It's a loose ball. Waters is after it. And a Farmington player nicely bodies him away and takes his shot, and Zeiler tips it up and away. That was a very, very nice play by the Farmington player. Waters is a very good defender. So Farmington will take it in off the end line. And they're going to slow it down and work it around the perimeter. Hetlett challenging. Galloway challenging. And he fires, and Zeiler collects. Sam's in on the defense. Galloway on the defense. Sam's goes up man, but Farmington's working it nicely around the perimeter. They lose it and put it on the ground. Hetlett in pursuit. Farmington collects. Farmington tries a shot, defended. Ref puts his hand up. Farmington working it around. Waters trying to fire. And he's able to work around and gets on the far side of Zeiler. That puts Farmington up 3-2. They put a lot of shots on Zeiler, and they spent a lot of time in our end. A very, very good Farmington team. Your attack's going to stay Fadley, Bardo, McKeever. Noah Kaufman's going to take the drop with Severson and Summerall as the other middies. There's the drive. Kaufman tips it forward, but loses his stick. Farmington recovers. Fox, Battershell, and Trice Fox. So 2 Foxes in for defense. And it goes over the end line. Battershell, long stick, bringing it in. He flips it to Zeiler. Zeiler's looking for a lot long, but ends up going to Fox, who flips it to Summerall on the move, who spins out of a play. And he runs around and gets into a wall, and Farmington breaks him up. Well defended on Farmington. Jackson Center is usually unstoppable. As Farmington sets up, is working the perimeter and pulling our defenders all left, right. Trent Severson trying to stay with them, and then a flag is up, and it's going to be on us because the play hasn't stopped while Farmington continues to set up. If they shoot and it's wide and over the end line, and we'll see the penalty enforced. So let's see who's it's on. So I believe it's going to be Trent taking a knee, and we'll be man down with them in our attack end. Hetlet, Kaufman, Battershell, both Foxes. Farmington taking their ease to find it out. Their shot goes up and over. Nice bounce trying to collect. Just clip that top. Farmington's up 3-2 and attacking to your right on the screen. They're going to bring it in on the end line. Again, they're working around that perimeter. Tide comes in at the end of the penalty and tips it, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Thunder ball. Sam's coming in. Summerall. And he gets 2-on-1 at the midline and decides to take off on a run. He tries to flip it loose for Adelano, but Farmington breaks that up. Farmington shoots and it's over the end line. All right, so two Foxes in a batter shell. And Farmington's able to work one in from the end line around to the top, and they go up 4-2 here in the first half. Notice the horn, I believe that's going to be half. On their field, in their tournament, Farmington's up 4-2 over Ankeny Thunder. They've spent a lot of time in front of Zeiler, and he has been fighting them off to his best. Our defense has been, and they work it around the perimeter until they have their shot, what we've done to a lot of other teams. And we're just going to have to demonstrate that endurance that we've shown in many games. Drag this back with a Hardikoff that I assume is the player sitting in the chair, not in gear. We're down an attack, which is unfortunate. He scored, but was injured on the scoring play in the last game. Perfectly honest, it's been rare that we've been in this position, and this is saying that we're in the right place at the right time with the right team. And just keep showing that endurance that Coach Bardo and staff have gotten in this team, and the never quit when we've been down in games before and come back and won. Winner of this game goes on to play in the championship. I believe Chisago Lakes and Orono are playing at the same time. Whoever wins this game takes the winner of that game for the championship. They're the Viking Goat. So the breakup and heading for the second half. So your attack is going to be Fadley, Christensen, who's slid into the Hardikoff spot, and Bardo. The middies are going to be Adelano, Kaufman, and Galloway are going to be your middies. Your attacks, or your defense, is going to be Florer, Waters, and Joseph, the regular maroon goalie. Adelano on the draw. And Farmington tries to turn it, but it's picked up by Galloway. And his stick is knocked out of his hand. Farmington takes it away and is looking for a lane. Zeiler picks up the stray ball, and he's looking for somebody open. It's sent long and intercepted by Farmington, who turned it around right, immediately coming right back at us. Galloway tries a hack from behind, and they come right in. The lane is left. And it was a one-on-run. And Farmington goes up 5-2 here at the start of the second half. Moving a little slower. It's been, I believe this is game 5 of this weekend. This is the first time we've been down. This team's done it. Battershell. Noah Kaufman on the draw, and he's advancing. He's still coming. His stick gets slowed up on his shot. Trent Severson on the defense. They flip it forward. And unfortunately, Farmington picks it up and does a nice pass to point-to-point pass. Their shot bounces high and over. Farmington close. Farmington gets it close in, and Zeiler picks it off. Passes it forward for Severson, who puts it on the ground. And it is loose. And it goes out of bounds. Trent was trying to hold up 2 of their attackers. And Farmington is going to start working it around. They've shown very, very effective. Works around the outside. Shot bounces over. And Farmington's going to bring it over the end line. Flips it in. They're trying to work it up top. Severson knocks it down and scoops it up on the run. He is able to bring it forward and slows it down. He sees Jackson Summerall, who tries to spin around a man. He flips it forward, trying to connect with Fadley on the run, and there's a flag down, and it went over the end line. So let's see who's going to take him. So I'm looking for who's taking the knee, and it is a Farmington player, so we'll be man up. Hetlett on the end line. Sams is in. Bardo, McKeever, Fadley on the attack. Galloway on the mid. Fadley comes in. He's trying to work it in. He works it out to Galloway, up top to Bardo, who's running a long stick. He fires, and their goalie stops him. Launches a rocket, but their goalie was there. The reason Farmington's got this far. They launch it long for Battershell, and it goes over the end line. Farmington bringing it in over the end line. Bring it forward. Sams comes out for him. Battershell comes out for him with a long pole. He's looking forward and sees a streaking Farmington player who steps in and puts it up 6-2. Real nice vision on that one. Over the top of the goal, right into an attacker's stick and right past Zeiler. Waters, Joseph Florer on defense. We're going to have Bardo as a long stick midi, Fadley as a midi. Interesting. And Noah Kaufman driving it forward, still driving forward, scoops it up. It's back on. And there's a flag. I see Hetlet, McKeever, and Adelano on the attack. So we've switched middies for attackers, I believe. Which puts Fadley, Bardo, and then Kaufman as the other midi. Kaufman bringing it in. McKeever in the corner. He sees Adelano. Hetlet. And it's picked off. And brought forward by Farmington, way up ice vision. Very nicely. Farmington sends it back behind the net and sets up. Floor comes out for him. Fadley forces a turnover, and he's moving upfield as a midi, so it's odd to see him crossing the center line, but he is doing it nicely. And he sees a shot, bounces it, it's over the net. I believe Fadley's going to come off for Trent Severson as a midi. Adelano's going to take the inbounds. He's on the move. Fighting through a wall. Farmington shuts it down, takes the ball, and starts moving it upfield. A lot of driving, and they still are able to cross. Despite the best effort, they're still able to get it in. He sees they had a nice cutter, fended off by Zeiler. Farmington off the end line. They're bringing it in. They've been deadly on this perimeter, and the scoreboard shows it. Try to far out low shot, and it goes out of bounds. Farmington will come in. Farmington working around Floor in pursuit. Ball on the ground with Floor still in pursuit of a different Farmington player. Zeiler comes off the body of Farmington player, and the player puts it over his head. 7-2 Farmington. So your attack. Well, McKeever's coming out. I think we're going to go back to the traditional Fadley attack. Your middies are going to be Kaufman, Summerall, Severson. Haven't seen Sam's in a while, and that's concerning. Ball's loose, and Summerall picks it up on the far side. And I think we got a failure to advance. Or was it a push? A lean. Okay. Farmington quickly moving up the field, and we're forced to run back. Noah Kaufman, Trent Severson. There's a Bryce Fox on the defense. And they slip a couple. They're watching the backside. And yet again, they see a play develop. They're able to make Zeiler miss. And that's 8-2. Right, so Samson's in. Galloway's a nope. Samson's back out. Galloway's a midi. Balin Bardo's a midi, and Noah Kaufman's going to take the draw. Ball pops free for Farmington on the far side. And they're going to advance it. And it goes a little long. Trice Fox chasing it down, but it stays on the ground. And once again, Farmington has a loose player in front of the net. They fire off the post. Zeiler coming out to defend himself. Balin Bardo, long stick defense. And Farmington is back to that perimeter that they've worked very, very well. Farmington player puts it for one of his behind the net, and it gets loose. And Zeiler collects it. So enough of this nonsense. He sends it forward for Bardo, and it's broken up by Farmington. Sams is in. And Trice Fox tries breaking up a play and can't. Farmington's advancing in. The ball's on the ground, and Battershill picks it up. And he's almost does a turnover, but Zeiler comes out and protects himself. Zeiler sends it forward, but is picked up by Farmington. And Farmington player discussing with Hetlet that he was not able to take the ball away. So a little chatter among the teams, and that was into a crowd in front of the net. Anybody's ball, and Farmington puts it in. And that's 9-2 Farmington. Battershill Waters, Chad Fox defense, Noah Kaufman on the draw. And we're going to have Ryan Fadley as a midi, Trent Severson as a midi. And Farmington takes the draw, which is a rare occasion, and the ref's going to call a push. Attackers are going to be Hetlet, Christensen, Adelano. Ankeny is ball's on the ground. Trent Severson picks up the loose ball, and he's trying to go forward. And there's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and he's still running. He sends it forward, bounce from Christensen. They don't connect. Farmington is able to get it. Christensen fighting for it. Ends up on the ground. Hetlet ends up on the ground, and Farmington is still rolling with it. Farmington just able to see the open field, and nobody on him. The Farmington player is able to pick it up off the ground and move it, advance it forward. Farmington back to working it around the perimeter. So a Farmington player is going to take a knee. Got Christensen, Hedlett, Adelano on attack. Bardo, Summerall, Noah Kaufman. Noah on the advance. Noah flips it to Adelano, who fires it just a shade high, and it's going to be out of bounds. Kaufman's out. Sam's in. Christensen going to take it in off the end line. Bardo with a long stick. He bounces it, and it goes bounce over with players in pursuit, like Adelano and others, but it's going to go Farmington. Farmington wings it long, and it goes over, but they still are able to find open player, open field. Farmington's got a perimeter that looks like they're at full strength. Battershow battering for it. And Farmington's able to come up with it. Summerall chasing them down. And they're working that perimeter and keeping us running. Waters. They find the open player, and he fires it, but it goes wide. It's 9-2. Got to be getting near the end of this second half semifinal game against Farmington, and it appears that Farmington's going to advance to the championship here at their tournament, their home. And they've been good. They've been fast and accurate. All right, so the time's just going to elapse, and Farmington's going to take advantage of the perimeter. They're going to try and walk one in around. They looked for an open person, and they're calling Jackson for a push. And it turns around to Farmington, and they're in our attack, in our end. And I think Jackson might have expressed his displeasure. Or not. So, it appears Farmington is going to be on a knee, giving us. So Jackson Summerall is going to take it from mid. Sam's. Bardo, long stick midi. He fires it in for Sam's and doesn't get it. And Farmington turns around and is heading upfield. I think they're going to get tagged for the push. It's going to be Farmington's. He heads out for the alley. Farmington out on the perimeter with the Bardo long stick in pursuit. The Farmington player goes to the back corner and waits. And he goes to spin but doesn't take it all the way in. Farmington working the perimeter the way they've done all game. They're taking their time. 9-2, getting near the end of the game. Balin Bardo, long stick defense, trying to keep on the Farmington attacker who's running the wide perimeter. They're probably looking forward to the championship game that they've earned and taking their time. Farmington just waiting for a defender to commit the way they have throughout this game, and that's game. 9-2 Farmington. Their tournament, their field, their game. I don't know if the feed's still going. You can see the difference in our goalie and their goalie, but their goalie stood tall.